Oh,
Hi. Hello, everyone. Hello, Katerina, as well, who has already come to greet us. Welcome
hey.
to the level 6 to 7 focus activity on imagination. Exciting. Yay,
Mhm.
real excited.
I am hyped. I am hyped.
You are hyped. Wow, so you're very excited that you have been made hyper. So full of
Oh yeah.
energy. Cool. Cool, cool. So while you all introduce yourselves. We will also introduce ourselves. So I am Jadine. I am from London in England, and I am a teacher at Maes in Milan in the Via Meravigli School.
Nice. And I am Cathal. I'm also a teacher in the Milano Meravigli School,
Stop
and
copying me.
I am
Stop
copying
copying
JD.
me.
She's
No.
a trendsetter. Trendsetter, this girl. And
Yeah.
I am Irish, and so I had a bit of a mad day yesterday. Well, sorry, not yesterday, but last night. But it was
It
good.
was all of yesterday, wasn't it?
It was pretty much all of yesterday. Yeah, pretty
What
much.
happened yesterday, Carl?
Well, I had a bit of fun with Lisa, and I had a great time in our webinar. We talked about Ireland basically for an hour, and then all of my friends came online, and we all started talking as well. Not in the webinar. Well, sometimes some of them in the webinar, but then after that as well, we had a big Skype call. So it was a lot of fun.
Okay. Cool. And hi, Katie. I think it's Katie. Maybe it's pronounced differently. If it is,
Cathy,
then let us know some phonetics because I'd be interested to see them.
yeah, interesting, yeah.
Okay.
Katerina, oh, we know Katerina from Livorno. Katerina, you're our regular thing here every day. It's great.
Oh,
And Katie from
excellent, excellent.
Florence, nice. Welcome,
Okay.
guys. Welcome.
So a little range. I had someone join us earlier from France. So it's nice. We're
No
getting
way.
international. Yeah, we're getting international, guys. It's not just Italian anymore. We've got some
Mr.
French people.
Worldwide.
Maybe we've got some Spanish people. Exactly. Maya's worldwide, but only
Okay,
in
cool.
Western Europe. So there's a limit. There's a limit to our our
Mhm.
worldliness. Okay. So imagination. Carl, will you read the slide for me?
I will read it, no problem at all. We've got imagination today, guys. In this focus activity, we are talking about creativity and imagination, some phrasal verbs, and also some idioms.
Excellent. So hi Katia as well, who's joined us. Carl,
Hey!
what's the difference between creativity and imagination? What do these words mean?
So that's a very good question. So I guess imagination is your ability to think about like and come up with, I guess, think of different things, whereas creativity it's very similar. However, creativity I would say is more linked with your ability to actually physically do something. You could say you're creative or imaginative. These adjectives are very similar. However, I would say imagination is more mental, cerebral, whereas creative is more physical. I don't
Okay,
know how would
so
you.
so no, I think that's nice. So imagination is something that can happen inside your mind, something you can think about, and then creativity can be either in your mind or it can be anything you physically make or
Yeah.
physically do. Cool.
Mm.
Okay. So, being creative, can you, so this is to Carl, but also to everyone else watching, can you come up with 5 different ways to use a stapler except for stapling, which is its natural function?
What?
So,
I have
yeah,
to come up with 5 ways to use a stapler except for actually stapling.
exactly. So, no stapling, but you
No
must use
stapling.
this stapler. No stapling.
Okay. What could I use it for? Uh,
Hi, Melania.
I'm gonna say that a stapler can be used to keep a door or a window open.
Okay.
If
Okay,
you
so like
put the stapler
some kind of, yeah, door
like
stop
the
or
window,
window
door
stop.
stop, exactly. Yeah, I was thinking, yeah, just that term. Yeah, door stop. What else? A stapler can be used as a murder weapon.
A murder web. Well, it
Yeah,
depends, I think, though, on
you just like
how
go smack
big
into them.
your stapler is. I think if you've got one of yeah, if you've got the stapler that is used to staple together really large amounts of paper, then sure. But if you've just got one of those mini ones that you get that's about this big,
Well,
I
tiny
think
one.
you'd really
I
have
don't
to
know.
maybe choke someone with it. I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
Katerina says it's a stapler, but it can be used as a phone.
As a phone,
Okay,
interesting.
but a
An
phone for
imaginary
who?
phone, maybe.
I think so.
Yeah,
Maybe for
exactly.
like a baby or a child. But if I tried to call
Like
someone with the stapler, I'm not.
I pick up on
Charles,
my bottle phone. Hello, hello.
are you
Can you
there?
hear me?
Can you hear me?
Hey, it's working. This thing works.
Whoa. Okay. Anything can be a phone. Good to know.
Anything.
Good to know. Because my phone contract was getting a bit expensive, so maybe I'll just switch to staples.
Dead right, dead right. Much less effective, but much cheaper.
More economical, definitely. So we've got a potential phone, a possible phone. We have a weapon, and
A
we have
weapon.
something to hold open doors and windows. Can we think of two other ways? And all of us, as a collective group, can we think of two other uses um, of a stapler without the function of stapling?
Hmm. Oh God, it's difficult.
It is difficult. I mean, maybe you could
Oh,
fashion some jewelry, wear it
oh,
around
nice.
your neck, like a. Again,
A
probably it works
weird.
better with the smaller staplers.
Yes, the smaller one would
Um,
probably work better than that one. I was gonna
possibly.
say, like, you know, the way when you're like holding a sandwich with your hands. So instead of
Hmm.
holding the sandwich in your hands, you put the sandwich into the stapler, and so the stapler holds it. So all you need to do is just hold the stapler and eat the sandwich from the stapler.
Oh, I like that actually. If you
Yeah.
yeah, you don't want to hold it, or maybe you're worried about the contents of the sandwich spilling out, but now you've
Onto
got
your
this
hand.
handy stapler to
Yep. Yep.
handy or useful stapler to collect the filling. Okay,
Like that idea. We've got
interesting.
Nancy. Nancy's in here too. Welcome, Nancy. Welcome back.
Hello.
Uh,
Okay, so please everyone continue to put your ideas, and we'll see what they've got. So we have a doorstop. So, Carl, like what you said, to keep a door open, we have a doorstop as a paperweight. So that's interesting. What's a
uh,
paper?
Paperweight, my understanding, is an object that you put on top of paper to stop it from flying away, usually on like a windy day or something like that.
Okay, cool. Oh, if anyone's seen Love Actually, and if you haven't, great film, I recommend it.
Oh, shame
Uh,
on you if you have
yeah,
not seen that movie.
yeah. Colin Firth was really in need
God,
of a paperweight in that
that poor
scene,
man.
but yeah, but the lack of paperweight led to love. So
You know,
maybe
it all
for the
works
rest.
out in the end.
Ah, Nancy, excellent. She said a ruler to make straight lines. Yes, that's
Makes
actually a
true. That's a
really
great idea.
useful one.
Yeah, very good.
I like
What else
that.
have we got here? As a
We've got a
weapon. Oh
weapon,
yeah.
as you said,
Check
as a bookend. Okay, what's a
um,
bookend?
So a bookend is usually an object that you put beside your books to keep them standing upright. So maybe you have on your shelf where you keep your books, you have maybe 7 or 8 books, and what you do is you take the book end and you put it here to stop the books from falling over. So the book end stops them from falling over.
Okay, and just Lorenza, don't worry about being late. Welcome. It's a pleasure to
Welcome,
have you.
Lorenza.
So we've also
All right.
got a nutcracker. This one I think speaks for itself. But Carl, do you want to give an explanation of a nutcracker?
It cracks nuts. It is an object that is used to like crack the outer shell of the nut to get inside to eat the good nut on the inside.
So both Nancy and Katie both say a ruler. Yeah, a ruler I think is
Now,
a
as the
really good
ruler,
idea.
now is Katie
And
saying a ruler of like a country, or is she saying a ruler as in the
I think she means the
like,
object, not
oh,
not
okay.
like a dictator or
I
leader.
was gonna
But you
say,
never know. You know, I think you'd be waiting a long time for any action if a statesman was your ruler. um, but also Katerina was right earlier because we've got a suggestion here as a fake telephone to play with a child. So there you
hey,
go.
nice. Very good, very good. And Katharina has mentioned that bookend is like a paperweight, but for books and not paper. Very,
Kind
very
of
like similar
because
enough. Yes, Katharina.
because a paperweight would go on top of the paper, but a bookend would go to the side of the book to stop it from falling.
Oh, yeah,
But really similar. And Amanda,
yeah.
hello, welcome, welcome. We are just
Welcome.
being creative.
Well,
Um,
yeah.
so we also have as a hammer. So what's a hammer, Carl?
Hammer is the piece of equipment that you use to uh, put nails kind of further into like wood or some sort of material.
Yeah, okay. So like an object for hitting. And finally, our final suggestion is to scrape ice off of your car. Do you think a
Oh,
stapler would
yeah.
make a good ice scraper?
I think so. I mean, it's got that kind of the edge on it, so all you need to do is just scrape on the window. I mean, it's probably not a very good thing to do for your window, but
No, I don't think so. I don't know if you'd want the scratches, or the
ooh, yeah,
marks on your window when you're driving. But if you've
no.
got nothing else, maybe it's useful.
Hmm.
So Lorenza has complimented Katerina's explanation of a bookend. Good. And Nancy has also said as a false roof to play with children. Okay.
A false roof. I like that. I like that.
Mm. I mean, anything can make children happy. Am I right?
This is true. This is true. They are like the most like easy to please people on earth.
True. Okay. So here
Oh,
we
very
have.
good point there. Sorry, Jadine, but Nancy has said to annoy someone.
I mean, would you annoy someone still using the staple function, or would you just hit them with it until
I
it's
think I think
annoying?
I think you're not quite stapling, but you're just kind of tapping it, kind of.
Or maybe the noise, maybe the noise.
Yeah,
It could be annoying.
exactly.
I like that.
Absolutely.
Okay, so here we have a text. Um, so about J.K. Rowling, who, as I'm sure we all know, is the author of the Harry Potter books. So yes, yes, I'm sure that everyone has been aware. Have you all read the Harry Potter books or at least seen the movies? Let
I
us
hope
know.
so.
Have you, Carl?
Oh, I have. Wait, I have something to show you here. Hold on.
Oh, okay, show us, show us.
It's a show and tell. It's a show and tell episode.
What is it? I don't want to
It's
wait. What is it?
the wand.
You got your very own wand?
Got my very own wand.
What do you do with it?
I mainly just like go like this when I'm dancing.
Oh,
It's a useful
wow.
tool for when I'm dancing. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, you should bring it to school. You can point with it as a pointer.
Yes, absolutely. I can be like, hey guys,
See?
do you want to look
How
here?
creative. Can
How
everyone think of
imagine
5 other uses of Carl's wand?
Oh
Um,
God.
okay, so I'm going to read this text out for everybody. And it
All right.
says, find 7 words or phrases about imagination. Okay, so while I read, I'd like all of you to type and let me know what these words or phrases are. So, only very imaginative people can create children's books. And if you think about it, the world would be very different if J.K. Rowling had not dreamt up the world of Harry Potter. She was daydreaming on a train when she first came up with the idea of the Hogwarts Express. The first thing she did was write down all her ideas, and then she brainstormed some more. She thought of keeping the stories for her daughter, but 7 years later, Harry Potter was in bookshops all around the world. Okay, so for anyone who was lacking in J.K. Rowling trivia, now you know some information about her. So Katia says imaginative. That is quite clearly a word linked to imagination. What's the difference between imagination and imaginative, Carl?
So imaginative is the adjective that's used, and imagination is the noun.
Okay, cool. So we have one. I'm not sure if I press it, if it will just reveal all of them. I'm
I
scared.
don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I think you're all right.
Ah, no. It did reveal one though. So imaginative is a word. Yes. Are there any others?
Well, I wonder.
I may have given one away, but I think I was
Yeah,
very fast, so I'm hoping that nobody saw.
we can only hope. We can only hope.
Okay, so Nancy has said create and also dreamer.
So dreamt.
Dreamt.
So I think she's spelling
Dreamt.
dreamt. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. So we have create, we have dreamt. What is dreamt, Carl? Why is it not
So
dream?
dreamt up. So dreamt is the is the past tense of the verb to dream.
Ah, okay.
And so she had not dreamt up. And so to dream up something is like to imagine it, to create it, I guess.
Okay, so imagine it out of nothing, I guess. And then, yes, so someone else also said daydreaming. 2 people, 3 people said daydreaming.
Wow,
Okay,
nice guys, very
excellent.
good.
So we have
And what's
3. We're
daydreaming?
looking for 4 more.
Hmm. What's daydreaming, Jadine?
So daydreaming is when you dream during the day, but so not when you're asleep, not when you're taking a nap and you have a dream, but when you're awake and instead of focusing on what you're supposed to be focusing on, you're thinking about something else, maybe a different life or a different time, something in the past, something in the present, something in the future. But you are not asleep. This is the most important part. So we have create. Ah, okay. So here's another one that I'm assuming then we all missed because we moved past. So if you think about it, so to think about something, uh, well, I think that means to think about, you think of something.
Very good, Lorenza and Armanda. They're saying brainstorm.
Excellent. So dreamt up, daydreaming, brainstormed, yes. And then 2 more. So I think there's at least 1 more before the word brainstorm, but I'm not sure where the
Mm-hmm.
last one is. Okay. Okay, no, I think I found it. So I think there's 1 before and 1 after the word brainstorm. These tasks are difficult, Carl.
I tell you, even us, we're struggling.
So can anyone tell us? Carl, do you know?
I do. I know that it would say on a train when she first came up with. So to come up with
Okay.
something is to, like, I guess when you think about it, or when you create like an example in your
Mm.
mind.
Oh, excellent, Amanda. So, is there a synonym in this text for came up with? Maybe one that we already found that's quite close.
Hmm.
What do you think? Because I think maybe came up with and dreamt up is quite similar.
Yeah,
And also create, so kind of the idea of creating something but from nothing, so something brand new. And finally,
yeah,
we have she thought of. So again, think of, think about are the same. I would say they're the same anyway. I don't know if you have a distinction.
I think about is about something. So she's thinking about a particular like. So in this example, it's like, and if you think about it, so it being imaginative people. So she to think of is more creating. Thinking about, you're thinking about something. Thinking of is you're producing it.
Oh, okay. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. So now we have seen this language dream up, think about, daydream, come up with, brainstorm, thought of, and create, although in slightly different forms. We now have a gap fill, which I am sure that you are all very familiar with. So
Hmm.
I'm going to read out these 7 different sentences, and I want you to choose the best fitting word or phrase to complete the sentence. But remember, if there's one of these phrases you're not entirely comfortable with, or you want us to explain again, please just ask us and we can hopefully provide a better explanation. So, number 1, how did you the idea of painting the walls in different colours? Number 2, your favourite film. Why is it so special to you?
I like this noise that you're going with for the blanks. It's good.
Number 3, before Picasso, no one ever painting the way he did.
Great.
Number 4, J.K. Rowling, a world of magic. Number 5, before writing an essay, you should always ideas. Number 6, I didn't pay much attention in class. I spent a lot of time. And finally, number
Mm.
7, do not listen to John. He always crazy theories about people. Oh, okay. So I can see you guys have already started answering. Whew. Okay, so Carl, would you like to
So yeah, we've got them already. I think everybody's given a consensus here for number 1. They all think that number 1 is come up with. So how did you come up with
excellent.
the idea of painting the walls colors? Very good. So how like produce the art as you think about it.
Really, really
Number
nice.
2, everybody seems to be saying. So think about. Very good, guys. Yeah, nice. Think about is number 2.
Fantastic. Excellent. Although there was
Very
a little
good.
clue in the grammar, but I'm sure you all knew anyway.
Yeah, there you go. Capital letter has to be done. Number 3. Katia here is saying that before Picasso, no one ever thought of painting the way he did.
Let us see. Exactly, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Right. Because number 4, so Lorenza, I mean, you could say he never created painting no one ever created painting the way he did, but painting in this example is a verb and not the noun.
Mm,
And so if you said no one ever created art the way he did. Maybe you would have to use a noun, but
Yeah.
thought of painting the way he did. J.K. Rowling, what do we think for? I'll give them a moment. Nice, Armanda. Yes, number four. J.K. Rowling created a world of magic. Very good, Nancy, Katerina. Very good, guys. Created a
Exactly.
world of magic.
So yeah, in this
We have three
example as
more left to
well,
go.
it could have been thought of, but she didn't just think about something, she also made it. So she made this world real, which is why we use the word created.
Go.
Okay, so
So
number
number five,
5.
for writing an essay, you should always something ideas. So guys, we know that if we're using should, what comes after should is a modal verb. So we know that after a modal verb comes the infinitive. So
Mm.
what of these three is the infinitive? Number five, Armanda is on it again. Very good, Armanda. Brainstorm is you should always brainstorm ideas.
What is a brainstorm, Carl? Just for anyone who doesn't know.
So brain is inside your head. A storm, as we know, is like a weather formation when there's thunder and lightning and lots going on. So basically, what they're saying when we use the term brainstorm is to create loads of ideas in your head. Think of lots of different examples. All right. Number six, then, guys, is yes, well done, Armanda. Again, on fire here. Armanda doing very well. I did not pay much
Excellent.
attention in class. Spent a lot of time daydreaming. Good. Which means, of
Okay.
course, the last one, as I think everyone has said, Katerina there mentioned that do not listen to John. He. So, guys, he, third person with the S at the end of the verb, dreams. So he dreams up crazy theories about people. Okay.
Exactly, exactly. So always we conjugate the third person, he, she, or it differently to the other people. Um, does anyone know someone like John? Or is anyone someone like John? Do we have any Johns here?
Anyone like
Anyone who
John?
thinks crazy, crazy theories about people? Anybody? What about you, Carl? Do you know any Johns in your life?
Who dream up crazy theories? I think I do it as a joke, not in actuality, but I do it as a joke sometimes. Like for example, if I call out a list of students and I'm like, okay, we're missing Alessandra is not here or Franco is not here. I'm like, oh my god, where are they? And everybody obviously has no idea. So everyone's like, oh, I don't know. And I say, oh god, maybe they're dead. Maybe they're
Oh
they're at
God,
home. Yeah,
that's,
crazy
that's a bit
theories.
that's a bit dark. Hopefully a crazy theory anyway, but wow, unexpected in the
Oh,
least.
unexpected.
Okay, so we can do this task then. So becoming more creative as a group,
Mm,
everybody, let's brainstorm or let's think about lots of different ideas on ways to increase creativity and
mm,
imagination. So for those of us who feel like maybe we're not very creative or we're not very imaginative, how can we inspire ourselves? How can we become more creative? What do you
mm.
think?
Okay. Let's have a look. What do
Mm.
we think?
So,
To
Carl, do you
increase.
think do you think that you're a creative person anyway?
Um, a little bit. I wouldn't say I'm a very creative person, but I feel like when you're a teacher, being creative and imaginative is an important thing because you need to be able to think on the spot of activities. Maybe if something has gone wrong, um, or like creative in the way that you're going to approach a lesson. I also really enjoy music, so I like to kind of play around with the piano or the guitar just randomly, not really play any particular song.
Okay. So, for example, during this quarantine period, we've not had very much to do. Would you say that you've been filling your time well? Have you been creative in the things you can do, or do you need some inspiration?
Oh, I need some inspiration because I have not been creative at all in this period. I've been anything but creative.
Okay, so what do we think you could do, Carl, to be more creative?
Mm.
Um, I mean, other than Google ways to be more creative, which is probably what I do.
Uh,
I'm not a
yeah.
very creative person either.
I guess to increase creativity, I would probably listen to music by different
Mhm.
artists. I've heard that listening to Mozart is supposed to help. Now, it's supposed to help young children, so I don't know if it's going to help me that much. But I would certainly
I
listen to
think it
Mozart.
could do.
It could do. I do have the maturity level of a child sometimes, so it might work.
Exactly.
Uh, what else? I sometimes like to read. I like reading books, and reading other people's ideas sometimes helps me
Mm.
come up with ideas of my own.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think Maya's are starting a writing club, and as part of
mm,
this, people are going to be given prompts. So sometimes maybe that's what all it takes to be a bit more creative, just by having a prompt or something to start with, and then being able to try to expand it yourself.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, so Elaine says, I think with a K, think, um, for being creative, I must read a lot about a subject. Okay, so then you can know more about the subject. So you've got kind of more ideas of things you can do about it, I guess.
For sure.
Lorenza, I'm always creative, too much. I think every person can be creative. That's beautiful. But how? How do you think other people can be creative? What can we do in times like this where we have a lot of time but no ideas? Nancy thinks we should watch documentaries. That's true. I think
Nice.
documentaries can be very inspiring because they're real things that are happening. And if you know that something that's happening is real, it's not just made up, then you can be inspired a bit more, or encouraged to take action in a different way. Katia says walking in nature. Don't forget,
Very
Katia,
good.
we don't need the article the, because nature is general, whereas the refers to one specific thing or something that we know about already.
Mm.
Um, and Nancy, I like this. You can, or maybe you should know people with different cultures. Yes, because people do lots of different things based on their cultural backgrounds. So maybe for me, something is normal, but for you, Carl, it's very
Yeah.
different. What are you doing? Why aren't you
I'm sorry.
listening
I'm
to
trying to
me?
sort out my something is like bothering me here. It's a little fly. Sorry, trying to get rid of it.
How dare you? Okay, no, I give you permission. You may go and get rid of the fly.
Thank you.
Um, okay. So Lorenza says it's all about action. So you just have to start doing something and then the ideas
Nice.
will come. I think I like
Very
that.
good. Yeah, absolutely.
Ooh. Okay, so Amanda, I stopped chatter in my mind. I think you're talking about meditation. So do you ever meditate, Carl?
Uh, maybe if I'm feeling stressed, sometimes, yeah, I meditate, but not much, not much.
Okay. What's in your mind?
Alan also says, I like speaking with somebody to increase my creativity about a subject, for example. Wow.
Okay, so group
Nice.
work. I like that as well. I don't really like to do something on my own. I get too easily distracted and I can't focus.
Yeah, it's really like way, way better.
Okay, so here are some more ideas for those of you who are looking to be more creative. You can spend time with children, which I think is fair. Children are very imaginative, um, sometimes in a really kind of obvious way. They can see something that adults can't. um, or you can listen to music. You can read more, so they're similar. You can take risks. Ooh, what does it mean, Carl, to take a risk?
So to take risks is to kind of step outside your comfort zone and do something that you might end up losing something from. You know, if you risk, there's the chance that you will lose
Okay.
something.
So
Katerina has got
improvise.
an interesting conversation here. Sorry, Jadine, but
No,
she said
it's
something quite
okay.
strange.
So go for it.
What is your? He said, "What is your new TV program?" Person B says it's about a scientific way to see the world. Person A then, what is your aim? B, it's to dream up and improve my vision about the world. Wow,
Okay.
interesting, interesting approach there. So, what is your maybe not new TV program, but your new favorite TV program? I'd say. And then it's about a scientific way to see the world. What's your aim? It's to maybe not dream up and improve my vision about the world, but you could just say improve my vision about the world. I think dream up there is not really necessary because you're not like creating anything. You're just improving upon your view of the world.
Okay. And Elaine has said you take risks when that should leave your comfort zone. What's your comfort zone?
It's like the place where you feel safe.
Yeah, so the normal things that you do and your habits. Um,
Hmm.
so it also says to improvise. This is just to, as Carl mentioned earlier, make something up on the spot. Just maybe you don't know how to paint, but you just decide to buy some paint and paper, and you just do this and you improvise. And then maybe it will give you an idea as you're doing it. And also try something new every day. That's nice. Maybe finding a list of, even it can be within the same subject. So if you like to cook, you can cook something new every day. Um, one thing that isn't on there is to take classes, which I think can be quite important. Because if you want to be more creative and do something well, sometimes if you take a class, uh, you feel more, what's the word? You're probably going to work a bit harder and stay at something longer than if you just try it once by yourself and it's not very good. Because then maybe you might be more likely to quit and you haven't had a
Yeah.
chance to release your creativity. I
Well,
don't
sure,
know.
yeah, because you're like you're when you're like in a class that
Hmm.
requires concentration, and so when you're concentrating and focusing on a particular thing, obviously, um, now sometimes we can get a bit of a block, but you can surely like increase your chances of coming up with something.
Exactly. Um, so for probably the last part of our lesson then, or maybe we can do something else afterwards, but we have some common idioms, but they have been split into two. So we need you guys to match the correct endings to the beginnings to make the
Mm.
idiom, and then we can talk about what they mean. So the words we have are, well, on the left anyway. Uh, he has his head in something. Curiosity killed something. Think outside. My mind went. I had a light bulb and a
Mm.
penny for your. And then on the right, we have the cat, blank, moment, the clouds, the box, and thoughts with a question mark. So these are all idioms related to thinking and thoughts. So, so
All right.
number one. Oh, hang on! But just before we start this, really nice. Lorenza has said, "When you are capable of transforming mistakes in an opportunity into an opportunity, you are very creative." That's nice. Very
So it's a
positive as
capable
well.
of. Yeah, capable of or able to, not
Yeah,
capable to.
yeah, exactly. So number one is excellent, guys. All right, you've got your head in the clouds. So what does this mean, Carl? To have your head
Mm.
in the clouds?
So when your head is in the clouds, you are distracted. So when there is like your head is not in the current moment, you're not being present in what you're doing, your head is in the clouds.
Exactly. And number two, a lot of you as well, I saw got it right. So curiosity killed the cat. Although I did see someone say curiosity killed Catania. I think it was a mistake. I sense that we've got a Sicilian in the group. Okay. So what does this mean? Curiosity killed the cat.
So curiosity killed the cat is an idiom where if you are too curious, maybe you'll find out something that you don't want to know. Um,
Mm,
so yeah, curiosity killed the cat. Literally, the cat was too curious for its own good, and I guess ended up in a bad spot.
yeah, exactly. So maybe you shouldn't be too interested in things that aren't your business because something bad might happen. Okay.
hmm
And excellent. I see a few of you have this as well, to think outside the box. So what does it mean thinking outside of the box? Or what does it mean thinking inside the box as well? What's the difference, Carl?
So think outside the box is, of course, to think outside of kind of normal circumstances. To not really not think in a normal or kind of straight line way. That's like, so the box is here. Box is made of straight lines, and so you want to think outside of that box. You don't want
Okay,
to be the same as everything else. You want it to be something different.
exactly. Okay, so number four, and yes, Amanda has answered this one for us correctly. So my mind went blank. Firstly, what is a blank? What does it mean, blank?
There's nothing there.
Okay, so if something's blank, there's nothing there. So if your mind went blank, Carl, what does this mean?
You're like, I'm trying to look for a blank piece of paper here as an example. If your mind went blank, there was nothing on it. So hold on. This is a blank piece of paper. There's
Okay,
nothing on it. There's something behind it, but there's nothing on that side of it anyway. But yeah, mine went blank. There is nothing in your mind. You can't think of anything.
exactly. Usually your mind goes blank if someone asks you a question that you're not prepared to answer. So if I said, Carl, who's the king of Spain?
No idea. My mind's gone blank.
Okay, maybe you know, maybe you don't, but
I really don't know.
we can't think of it. I'm not even sure if Spain has a king, so don't worry.
Oh,
Okay.
we are asking me a question. Well, all right, okay.
So number five, yes, well done, Elaine and Amanda, and maybe some other people, I'm not sure. But yes, I had a light bulb moment. So a light bulb is the thing you screw to make light, a light bulb. So if you have a light bulb moment, what does this mean, Carl?
Is when you suddenly come up with an idea. So this might be associated, I guess, with you can kind of sometimes see this in cartoons or
Mm-hmm.
animated movies when a character thinks of an idea, a light bulb will like appear over their head, and it'll be like a kind of oh, ding! I've thought of something like right now in the moment.
Exactly, exactly. And it's usually a good thought or a positive thought. And we
Yeah,
say light bulb because it's something that suddenly switches on. It doesn't slowly appear. You can switch on a light bulb, but the thought has come suddenly.
yeah.
Which means exactly, guys, our last idiom is a penny for your thoughts. So what's a penny?
So a penny is what, a unit of currency in England, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
I guess now this one I'm not kind of unsure of. I've always been unsure of what this means. A penny for your thoughts, I guess, is kind of like when someone tells you something that causes you to think.
No, no, not exactly, actually.
Oh.
Or the way I know it, anyways, if someone says a penny for your thoughts, it's someone just asking, what are you thinking about? So
Yeah,
like,
that makes sense.
I'll give you a penny, if you tell me
Yeah.
what you're thinking about. Obviously, I don't value your thoughts that highly, but I think when the phrase was originally made, a penny was worth a bit more. So
Hmm.
yeah. So if anyone's looking distressed or distracted, you can ask them, or you can say to them, penny for your thoughts, and it's a way of saying, what are you thinking about? Tell me what is on your mind. So,
Ah,
okay, so no,
oh my God.
um,
We could probably do
okay,
that previous slide.
I
Probably
think,
have
yeah, I
time.
think this one's probably the best. So now we've kind of gone over the meaning of these idioms. For the final 2 minutes of the lesson, it'd be great if you guys match the idiom with their meaning on the right. So we have
Hmm.
number one, he has bad results in school because he always has his head in the clouds. Number two, you shouldn't ask so many questions. Curiosity killed the cat. Number
Mm.
three, to solve this problem, we need to think outside the box. Number four, my mind went blank as soon as I sat down for this exam. Number five, MacGyver had a light bulb moment and used a paperclip to unlock the door. And number six, you look worried. A penny for your thoughts? Okay, and Carl, would you mind reading out the meanings on the right just while people are writing
Yep.
in?
So A sudden realization or idea. B, to think differently or in an original new way. C, being too curious will end badly. D, to daydream. E, what are you thinking about? And F, can't think of anything to say. So we've gone through these guys. We've written them down in the chat. So I guess we're gonna match them up. We need to match them up. So which one goes where?
Exactly. And also, if anyone has any other questions as well or anything they want us to go over quickly, then
Hmm.
we can do that just before the end of the lesson.
Yep.
But hopefully, in this lesson, you guys have learned and understood the different meanings of these idioms, and yeah, maybe have been able to come up with ways or been inspired with ways to become more creative or imaginative.
Hmm. Hmm. Oh, I might do some shameless promotion of the event tomorrow.
Oh, do it, do
So,
it.
guys, tomorrow
You've got a minute.
we have a St. Patrick's kind of week. We're not going to say St. Patrick's Day because it was yesterday, but we have a St. Patrick's Week Irish event going on like this, a webinar. So at 7 p.m., 7 p.m. tomorrow, we are having this event, and it's called. I think if you search on YouTube, Maya es Milano Meravigli, you can find the link to the video. It's tomorrow from 7 o'clock until 9, and it's myself and three other Irish teachers here in Milan, and we're going to be kind of talking about Ireland, Irish traditions, and culture.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay. Excellent. So just to round up then, for everyone who's answering, well done. So it was 1D, 2C, 3B, 4F. Good, good, everybody. So 5A and 6E. So Amanda, excellent. Katerina, Elaine, Katie, great. Great, wonderful, everybody. Okay, so it's been a pleasure. Thank you for being so interactive because we love it when you speak to us, and we'll see you soon. Bye
Bye,
bye.
guys.